Uh-oh, the woke media is not going to know how to cover this story. They're not going to know what to do with this one. There is no solution on the magic woke 8-ball for something like this. Most mornings, members of the useless media wake up, they shake their magic woke 8-ball to figure out what they're going to talk about that day. Today, my 8-ball landed on end racism. Let me find a story to exhibit my fake outrage. Can't make that claim with this story. This literally broke about 3 hours ago. It was uncovered by Mediaite. If the mainstream media covers this story, and that is a huge if, but if they cover this story, they're going to take the angle of toxic masculinity. Like I said, they can't go with the racial angle. Here we have a black dude speaking truth, speaking facts that woke feminists don't want you to hear. At some point last week, we discussed Hollywood and the mainstream media confusing gender roles, teaching young men how to act like women, teaching young women to act like men. This confusion has been going on for decades, at least my entire lifetime. And the end result? You have a lot of women running the streets thinking they're bosses, thinking they're independent. And you have a lot of men running to the doctor asking for a boob job. For thousands of years, human nature has been working just fine. What they now call traditional gender roles, it has worked for every generation before us. Men lead, women follow. Men provide, women take care of the home. Men discipline the children, women nurture them. That's not toxic masculinity, it's human fucking nature. Or if you want to call it biology or whatever the fuck, you can call it that. Follow the science, as Anthony Fauci likes to say. Social justice warriors, though, they only follow the science when it fits their narrative. Yesterday, Cam Newton was on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. I had never heard of this show before. It's part of Barstool Sports. It's hosted by two dudes I've never heard of, but they get my stamp of approval for yesterday's episode. Hopefully, they don't hit me with a copyright strike for promoting their show. Cam Newton, he's their guest yesterday, and the topic of modern women comes up. Now, before I play you this clip, I want to clarify something, because the virgins on Twitter, they are already spinning this into generalizations. Cam Newton's a misogynist. He hates all women. No, Cam Newton's talking about a certain type of woman. There are many women who are not like this. I was lucky enough to find one of them. But there are a lot of women who are exactly like what Cam Newton's talking about. I'm just going to shut my mouth and let Cam Newton say it himself. Roll the film.
I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay. A
bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches, and I say bitches in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
I can't tell you how many times I have heard this same narrative from my friends, especially my black friends. One of my good friends is a 50-year-old black dude. We have known each other for about 10 years now. He's one of those friends that I can talk real life shit with. You know how you have some friends where everything is surface level? They're your golf buddies or the guys you hit happy hour with. And then you have other friends that you can talk real shit with. This is one of my friends that I can talk real life with. Race, politics, relationships, whatever the issue, we have talked about it at one point or another. I often go to him for advice. But I can't tell you how many times I have heard him describe women in his culture the exact same way that Cam Newton just did. This bad bitch movement. Oh, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a boss bitch. Yeah. What you are is a single bitch. All these women running around pretending like they're Beyonce. If you like it, you better put a ring on it. How's that shit working out for you? I see a lot of you running around, no ring on your finger. You want to know why? Because you're trying to assume the role of the man. You want to know what'll turn off a man faster than a picture of Rachel Levine? Look at this beauty. Oh, instant chub. I have got to stop showing pictures of Rachel Levine. I can hardly contain myself when I look at this beauty of social justice and transgenderism. But you want to know what turns men off? Women who don't know their role. We all have roles in life. We all have parts to play. When you fulfill your role and I fulfill mine, things tend to work out. Shit gets fucked up, though, when I start trying to play the part of a woman and you start trying to play the part of a man. Now, I know there are a lot of women who will be pissed off with what Cam Newton said. I cannot believe he insinuated that I belong in the kitchen. Did he just tell me that I need to know when to shut the fuck up? Yeah, he kind of did. Many of you need to hear that message. Now, let's flip the script real quick, though. Cam Newton pointed out flaws in some modern women, so let's point out flaws in modern men. Ladies, would you be attracted to a man that couldn't provide for you? Would you be attracted to a dude that was in his feelings all the time, emotional, cries when he watches Desperate Housewives? Would you be attracted to a man that looks better in a dress than you do? Would you be attracted to a man that was unemployed, has zero prospects for the future, no education, no skill set, no ambition, no drive? When you go out to dinner, he skips to the bathroom when the waiter brings the check. Would you be attracted to a man like that? The answer is no. Now, those questions I just asked, I got most of them off a forum on Reddit where women were complaining about modern men. Most of them, anyway. I made up the Desperate Housewives question. And look, to my ladies out there, most of whom are not like the women Cam Newton is describing, don't take this video as me shitting on women and ignoring the lack of real men. I know there are a lot of shitty dudes out there. Part of the reason many women have been conditioned to be leaders is because there wasn't a man around capable of leading. A lot of women have been forced into independence because they can't find a man that's reliable. Dudes expecting women to pick up the check, expecting their woman to support them financially while they sit at home all day and play video games. What the fuck is wrong with you? Not all of us are like that, of course. Don't judge us by our worst specimens like Leah Thomas. But we live in a society where it's acceptable to shit all over men. But anytime a man is publicly critical of women, it's misogyny, toxic masculinity. Cam Newton is just speaking the truth that many people, like I said, need to hear. You know what Cam Newton is a product of? A two-parent home. Parents who have been married for 37 years. Growing up, he watched his father provide for the family. He watched his mom take care of the home. Same type of home that I grew up in. My dad, he didn't get home until 7, 8 o'clock every night. Why? Because he was building his business. Who picked me up and dropped me off at school? Mom. Who cooked and cleaned? Mom. Who bought our clothes? Mom. Who paid for all that shit? Dad. My mom worked, but my dad was responsible for providing for the family. My dad has not picked up a mop or bought a shirt in 41 years. Mom takes care of all of it for him. Now, on the flip side of that, Mom hasn't started a lawnmower or fixed anything in 41 years. Dad takes care of it. They each have their role, and they take care of what they're supposed to take care of. I guess it's worked. They've been married for 41 fucking years. I would much rather model my life off the example my parents set or Cam Newton's parents set than have it taught by Ray Skyer. KC, who the fuck is Ray Skyer? Ray Skyer is coming to your child's first grade classroom. He is a recent, or she, whatever the fuck, is a recent graduate of Woke U, where he majored in transgender studies with a minor in being a complete shitfuck. You want to see another result in the confusion of gender roles? Check out this example right here. This presentation was given to children ages 5 through 7. Roll the film.
And something cool about me, Miss Hammond? All right. All right, so something that's really cool and unique about who I am is that I am transgender. So we touched a little bit about that at the beginning of this week in the book that Miss Hammond read, but I'm going to give you my explanation about what it means to be transgender as well. So when babies are born, the doctor looks at them and they make a guess about whether the baby is a boy or a girl based on what they look like. And most of the time that guess is 100% correct. There are no issues whatsoever. But sometimes the doctor is wrong. The doctor makes an incorrect guess. When the doctor makes a correct guess, that's when a person is called cisgender. When a doctor's guess is wrong, that's when they are transgender. So I'm a man, but when I was a baby, the doctors told my parents I was a girl. And so my parents gave me a name that girls typically have and bought me clothes that girls typically wear. And until I was 18 years old, everyone thought I was a girl. And this was super, super uncomfortable for me because I knew that wasn't right. The way I like to describe it is like wearing a super itchy sweater. The longer you wear it, the itchier it gets. And the only way to make the itching stop is to have everyone see and know the person that you really are. So when I was 18, I told my family and my friends that I'm really a boy. And it was like this huge weight had been lifted off of my shoulders and I had the freedom to be who I truly am. And even though this experience is super challenging sometimes, it made me the person I am, and I'm super proud to be transgender.
Am I the only one that found that confusing? I'm 37 years old. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Imagine a 6-year-old child sitting there having to listen to that bullshit. 6-year-olds get confused when you ask them to multiply 2 times 2, and you're trying to explain to them that the doctors made a mistake when you were born? You made the mistake. Doctors don't guess at gender. Matter of fact, I don't need to graduate from Johns Hopkins to determine the gender of a baby. Does it have a dick? Yes, it's a boy. Otherwise, it's a girl. You see how simple that was? Doctors were not confused when you were born. You were confused as you grew up. These sick fucks are grooming your children to think that this type of behavior is normal. If you want to add an appendage and become a man, fine. I don't care. I don't think most people care. But when you start teaching children that your lifestyle is normal and it's okay for them to identify as a gender-void toilet brush, that's when it becomes a problem. You want to know why the marriage rate in America is on a rapid decline? This is your reason. Women running around calling themselves boss bitches, men lost in the fantasy world of Warcraft. Those are now what we are considering normal men and women. Then you have the others who don't know what the fuck they are. It's Monday. Am I identifying as a man or a woman this week? Let me shake the magic woke 8-ball and find out. Oh, it landed on non-binary. This week I identify as genderless. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Let me know what you think. Do you agree with Cam Newton? Also, give me your thoughts on that fucking teacher explaining to kids that I'm trans. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.